Everybody please stand up for the flag salute.
And please remain standing for a moment of silence. As many of you are aware, 1 week ago today, the Palisades Park schools lost a young child. Let's keep Alex and his family in your thoughts and prayers, please.
Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Diane, roll call, please.
Jason Smith.
Yes, ma'am.
John Madison.
Yes.
Annie Garcia.
Yes.
Stephanie James. Yes. Rebecca Lee.
Yes.
Kevin Wynn.
Yes.
Thomas Matarazzo.
Here.
Yoon Min. Yes. Timothy Yang. Dr. Civillo.
Here.
Mrs. Vessel. And Mr. Swift.
Here.
The next item is the statement of a presiding officer. Diane, would you please?
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, I hereby state that adequate notice of this special meeting has been provided to the public by a written notice dated August 26, 2021. The meeting notice has been emailed to all staff members, communicated to at least one of the board's designated newspapers, and filed with the Borough Clerk of Pelican.
Thank you. Report of the superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is August 26th, and we are as ready as we can be. School does begin in 2 weeks for our children. Next Wednesday and Thursday, we are extremely excited to have our faculty and staff return to work. We have done extensive work this summer. We have done more work this summer than I believe in my 8 previous years. Particularly, I give credit to much of the grant allocations we've received from the federal government. We worked on roofs. We've worked on any and all asbestos related carpeting and flooring. We've installed new tiles. Windows are still being repaired as we speak. Again, this is all related to, obviously, this pandemic that we are still clearly working towards a resolution. Locally, I've been working extremely diligent with our health officer, Branca. I give her a shout out publicly tonight. I give kudos to Ms. Amanda Bellotti, who we've had extensive talks with to ensure that the health and safety of our children, faculty, and staff is always of the utmost importance. To our school nurses, we had a lengthy meeting today with our school principals. As you're all aware, the Department of Health issued some guidance in the past week. That guidance is now relative to our faculty members either being vaccinated or being subjected to testing, and that is going to be effective October 16th. With that being said, again, there is much more guidance we are awaiting. We are seeking assistance from both the Department of Education and the Department of Health in New Jersey, as well as continued assistance with the local Palisades Park municipal government and Bergen County, New Jersey. Additionally, we have three resolutions tonight that I would like to just bring to the attention of the public. We have a dual enrollment agreement, something that our high school students who are taking courses that would be acceptable at Bergen Community College for college credit. They can do that while in our high school. I would ask the board to very much consider that. Additionally, not just for our high school kids, but we have to also think about our middle school children. We worked extremely hard this summer with the Bergen County technical schools, specifically Dr. Howard Lerner. And we have a program that we would like to begin in September for our 7th and 8th graders. That program will be a virtual program. The teacher will be provided by the Bergen County technical schools. Not too many positives came out of COVID, but I can tell you our children are resilient. Older children at the junior, senior high school are self-motivated and do like to work virtually. Clearly, that was proven by the number of students choosing the virtual option when that was an option. Finally, in new business tonight, I'm going to ask that the board consider for approval the comprehensive equity plan that is to be submitted to the Department of Education by September 1st. Other than that, I wish each and every member of our Palisades Park schools and the community a happy and healthy rest of the summer, and we are very much looking forward to all the children returning and having a great school year. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item is the report of the Board of Presidents. Number one, our heart goes to the family of the child and students who passed away. It was a very sad news that we heard, but I hope that God is strong, make us strong enough to, get over with this sadness, but our heart goes to their family. Number two, it's a great news that we are doing something with the Bogum County Technical School system. I'm sure that some of our children and our school district will benefit out of it, so that's a good idea. Number three, we have guests. We have our Councilman Jay Park is here as the audience. He is a standing committee liaison and chairperson from the Palisades Park government. We will introduce him more detail in public section, but I welcome him and thank for being here to join our meetings. That's it for the Board of President's report. Next one is report of the Board Attorney.
Mr. President, I have nothing to report at this time.
Okay. The next item is the minute approval for June 17, 2021 and June 30th of 2021.
I move on that.
I think I heard Dr. Matarazzo faintly in the background make a motion before the two in person. So we will do each meeting separately, please. Dr. Matarazzo, I heard you make a motion. Are you?
I move on June 17th. Yes, I move on that.
Dr. Matarazzo. I cannot hear him too well, but we will do our best.
Roll call, please. Yes, ma'am.
John Madison?
Yes.
Very good. Next item is
Hold on, we didn't finish.
Oh, you didn't finish yet. Sorry.
Kevin Webb. Thomas Matarazzo.
Yes.
Men. Timothy. Becca.
Now, may I continue?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Thank you. Next item. June 30th one. We need to roll call for the June 30th one.
I move on that.
Roll call, please.
Jason Kim.
Yes, ma'am.
John Madison.
Yes.
Annie Escobar. Stephanie Jang. Becca Lee. Abstain. Kevin Webb.
Yes.
Thomas Matarazzo.
Yes.
June Min. Yes.
Okay. Next item is committee reports. Finance. Mr. Meresich.
Before you, you have the 24 resolution. And I went over them with Dr. Cirillo this afternoon, so I move on all those 24.
Okay, he made the motion.
And first do a second.
Any second?
We had Agnieszka first, I believe.
Roll call, please. Yes, ma'am.
John Madison.
Yes.
Annie Escobar. Yes. Stephanie Jang. Becca Lee. Yes. Kevin Webb. Thomas Matarazzo.
Yes.
June Min. Yes.
Okay. Next item, buildings and grounds. Stephanie Jang, please.
sorry, we can't hear you.
Tom, I think I will clarify. I have the microphone near me. I know it gets difficult, but Stephanie spoke specific to number 4. She would like to move on a consent agenda, but with number 4, there were, I believe, 9 items being requested by the Palisades Park Recreation, and we do want to sit with our athletic department and ensure that there are no conflicts with our high school or middle school sports, but we would like to conditionally move and approve those.
Okay, I second it.
Any discussion then?
I'm just curious about the, again, we spoke about it last year, the Halloween trunk or treat and the Halloween parade. It's going to meet all of the standards?
It must, absolutely. Conditionally approving these, and there will be a recommendation later by Ms. Lee, Rebecca Lee. Clearly, COVID is a priority. COVID is the #1 priority right now for safety and security, like any other priority in our district. And we would ensure, as will the rec department, that they will abide by all standards set forth by the Palisades Park Health Department and Department of Health.
Any other discussion? Okay, then roll call, please.
Jason Kim.
Yes, ma'am.
John Madison.
Yes.
Lester Garcia. Stephanie Jang.
Yes.
Kevin Lim.
Yes.
Thomas Matarazzo.
Yes.
June May.
Okay, then next item is personnel. Dr. Matarazzo.
Yes, before you, you have 24 motions. Mrs. Jang, Dr. Cirillo, and myself met this afternoon on all 24, and he assured us that everyone is totally certified and ready to go. I move on those 24.
Second,
Rebecca Lee.
Rebecca Lee. Any discussion on this item?
Just one item before there's a roll call. Let it be shown verbally that on number 22, there is one employee, Mr. Ray McGuire, will be a permanent substitute teacher at the junior senior high school.
Okay. The 22.
Yes, he is a permanent substitute being assigned to the junior senior high school. That was also on finance, correct? Thank you, Diane.
Any other discussion? Okay, then roll call, please.
I just would like to add there, with personnel. Hello?
Yes, we're here.
Okay, that I'd like to thank and commend all of our staff, custodians, administrators, etc., for all the work they've done this week. I know many staff members have been in getting ready on their own time, and I applaud them for that.
I think we're on a vote, right? Yeah, roll call, please.
Jason Kim.
Yes, ma'am.
John Madison.
Yes, except number 18 myself.
Anias Garcia.
Yes.
Stephanie Jang. Yes. Rebecca Lee. Yes. Kevin Lim.
Yes.
Thomas Matarazzo.
Yes.
June May.
Okay, next item, curriculum.
As Dr. Cirillo mentioned, before us, we have 2 resolutions. I'd like to make motion as the consent agenda. I'll second it.
Any discussion? No? Okay, then roll call, please.
Jason Kim.
Yes, ma'am.
John Madison.
Yes.
Anias Garcia. Yes. Stephanie Jang.
Yes.
Rebecca Lee. Yes. Kevin Lim. Thomas Matarazzo.
Yes.
June May. Yes.
The next item is the negotiation. Ms. Chang.
Okay, we're currently under PPAA, our administrator's negotiation, and we're taking the report on that. So I hope that December we will meeting when it is all done, I'll report to the board.
Thank you. Now, the next item, policy, there is no report. PTA, PTSA liaison, Ms. Min. Okay, thank you. Next item is student activities and field trip, Ms. Rebecca Lee.
There's two resolutions. As of now, the first one, I would like to move to consent. The second one is a conditionally approved. We'll review in a month or so, according to the CDC and the governor and everyone in the health department, to see whether the trip will stay on or not.
So can we table that one until further meetings?
The idea was to really approve it tonight only because it would potentially hinder the ability of the team to begin with the purchase of any flights and or hotels or accommodations. The idea with the dance team in collaboration with them is that this would conditionally be approved and revisited at a later date either way.
Yeah, but somebody have to second it first before we discuss it. Who seconded? Okay, thank you.
Just a simple question.
Sure.
If I purchase a flight and then the trip doesn't go.
I'm sure insurance will be purchased at that point. I would hope so.
Yeah.
I know you can get flight insurance. I don't know if you can get hotel insurance or things like that. That's the only thing I'm concerned about.
Can I jump in on this one?
Not yet, but we will ask you for a little comment in a few minutes, please.
All right.
Mr. Choi, she is the advisor. I asked her to be available if there was any discussion needed.
As part of the discussion, if you would, Mr. President, allow her to speak, that would be appropriate.
Can I introduce her?
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Rachel Morgessi, you do have permission to please provide some clarity on resolution number 2, please.
Okay, so for the flights, that's usually the last thing we'll book. So that would probably be after that would definitely be after that next board meeting that we rediscuss. The hotel is bunched in with the registration for the competition. It's run through DTU, so we wouldn't have to deal with
Can you clarify what DTU is, please? I'm sorry.
Sure, sorry, yeah, that's Dance Team Union. They're the ones that run the nationals.
Okay.
So if conditions worsened and we weren't able to go, we'd get the refund through them versus through the hotel.
Is there an anticipated date that you would be purchasing flights for the team and or the participants?
I want to say we usually book the flights December.
Hotels and registration for the event. When would that be booked?
November. We put a deposit in that's refundable because that was due at the end of August. November.
So would you be opposed? There are concerns. I think they're legitimate concerns. Data and science and this variant is proving to be something of major hindrance on a positive vote tonight. Would you be opposed to revisit this in September?
That's okay. Yeah.
So then we would table it, if you're okay with that, Mr. Choi?
There's a motion right now. The motion has to be carried or carried.
I'd like to amend that motion to possibly table it until September.
That's amended motion, so if someone wants to second that.
I just have a question for the person who is speaking. In terms of, it's my understanding that the students are responsible for their own, to cover some of their own expenses, and they want to be allowed an opportunity to do fundraisers in order to try to mitigate the cost to the students. Will tabling this to another date hinder their ability to fundraise for this event?
Ms. Morgessi, did you hear the question from Ms. Garcia?
Yes. Is it the board meeting usually at the end of September or beginning?
So usually it's the 16th. It is scheduled for the 16th of September.
Yeah, that should be okay. We probably wouldn't start before that. We're starting practice that week, so.
So the idea wasn't necessarily practice. It was more for fundraising purposes to offset some of the costs. Do you anticipate fundraising starting before the 16th of September?
No, not until we start practice and figure out what fundraising we can do.
Well, thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion on that?
So there's an amended motion to table. There needs to be a second on that motion.
Anybody like to second or amend the motion?
I will second.
Okay. Any other discussion about this? Board member only? No? Okay, then roll call please.
Jason Kim,
Yes.
John Madison.
Yes, to amend the second.
We vote on those.
But we are,
On the second, which is the,
We're voting on the amendment.
On the amendment, thank you. John Madison, yes to vote.
Yes.
Stephanie Stein. Yes. Rebecca. Yes. Kevin Wood. Thomas Matarazzo.
Yes.
Okay.
Vote on number 1. We have to move on that.
okay. And now the vote on the first resolution. No, we've already moved on it, so we have to have a vote on it.
Jason Kim.
so you're supposed to say no for that, right?
No, this is for the first resolution. There was a motion by Rebecca Lee, a second by Enieska Garcia. The motion on the floor is for the board to recommend, my recommendation to the board to approve the high school, junior, senior high school chorus and band to participate in a September 11th ceremony at the Memorial Monument Park at Bergen Boulevard and East Central Boulevard on Friday, September 10th at 11 a.m.
So for the band and chorus.
That is correct.
Yeah. Thank you.
Will they be I'm sorry, is it question time yet? Did somebody second it?
But we discussed this already.
We already seconded.
Okay, good. How will they be getting there? Are they walking up there or?
Yeah, weather permitting, they will be walking. If obviously weather restricts any walking, it may affect the actual ceremony itself. So we are trying to avoid any buses. This is a rather short walk, I think, in comparison to what us older folks have done in our lives.
Okay.
I think children forget to use their legs sometimes. We're going to encourage that day.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay, then any other? No? Then roll call please.
Jason.
Yes.
John Madison.
Yes.
Annie Escobar. Yes. Rebecca. Kevin. Thomas Matarazzo.
Yes.
June Min. Yes.
Okay, then next item is the calendar and food service. Okay, thank you. Do you have any matters to discuss in the closed session?
I do not.
I do not.
Okay. Now the old business. Anybody have old business? Board members? No? And the new business?
I just need approval on the comprehensive equity plan submission before you board members in public tonight. There is a comprehensive equity plan statement of assurance that identifies our 3 affirmative action officers in the district. And it really just speaks to a SOA and that I am signing off with a board resolution this evening.
I move on that.
Second?
Thank you.
And do we need a roll call for that? Yeah, roll call for the new business?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Discussion? Anybody like to have a discussion on this matter? None? Okay, then roll call please.
Jason.
Yes, ma'am.
Madison.
Yes.
Annie Escobar.
Yes.
Jen. Rebecca. Yes. Kevin.
Yes.
Matarazzo.
Yes.
June Min. Yes.
Thank you. Audience participation. I'd like to Councilman Park to make a few words about the our visit.
I'm here to last 2 years of actually I was tired of as he produced. I have community as my duty, I don't make that. And nobody tells me what has happened. But anyway, I am appointed of that. So I'd like to be the communication power for which to talk each other and to cross over it. you need to let me know. I will refer to you. And if they ask something, I can bring you up.
Sir, we can't hear anything.
It's very difficult with masks on, and again, our technology is as best as it can be, Dr. Matarazzo. I will try to summarize in a few minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Once again, I'm not here to be a watchdog, but just to enhance the activities and nothing else. Whatever you do to convey to the town and their council committee and also you can attend, so you can report. Those times, there's my duty and my opinion. And keep meeting. Whenever it is necessary, even though there is no necessity, I may be here. Okay? All right, see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
In summary, if I can, Councilman Jay Park, for members who are not publicly here tonight, is offering his assistance via the mayor and council and the borough of Palisades Park. He would like for better communications. He would like to enhance any and all activities we have in our schools. Ultimately, he's looking to create a partnership and to collaborate to, build a bridge and work together going forward. And I applaud him for that. Thank you, sir. I missed something. I'm just kidding.
Here's my background, basically. Someone who knows ground, which means I have expertise of construction and maintenance and sometimes budgeting, something like that. So if you want to discuss further for that, anytime I'm open. Thank you.
Thank you.
For the public, Mr. Park also has a background in construction. It sounds like he has a hammer and nails and is ready to build a new school.
Great. Okay, next audience participation, but we're going to have a format of getting all the questions first and close the question, and then either me or Dr. Cirillo will answer all the questions they interiorly. Okay, anybody like to be heard? You have 3 minutes, and then you have, please announce your name and addresses. Any participation, anybody? Okay, none taken. Then we are closing the audience participation.
I move that we close audience participation.
We need to open and close it for this audience participation.
All in favor?
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Anybody like to make an adjournment?
I move that we adjourn.
Okay. Anybody want a second?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. Say aye for everybody. We are adjourned. Thank you very much, everybody.